Atamari, good morning and welcome to another beautiful day here in Aotearoa. I'm joined this morning, part of our RISE 2025 ambassador interviews, which we're clocking up the numbers now. I'm so honoured, actually is the word, to be joined by Raina Ferris, who is based in Porangahau. And she is someone I met just recently, but since I met her, she's always been in my thoughts. So, morena, Raina.
Morena, dear. Good to be here.
Aye. So, we first met in Australia. We were really blessed to be with our Australian Aboriginal sisterhood. And we were part of the World Knowledge Conference, Indigenous Knowledge Conference.
Yes, that's right.
And then I had the opportunity to meet Raina through Māori Women's Development Inc. through a workshop that we did. And it was really special because we got to experience her calling, which is teaching women and wahine about karanga. And so, without any further ado, I'm going to pass over to Raina to introduce herself in our native reo, Te Reo Māori, here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Kia ora e hoa.
Kia ora, Rachel. Tēnā koutou, e te wē. Anei aho, ko tāki te mu te waka, ko tamatea ariki nui te rangatira, ko ngāti kahungunu te iwi, ko ngāti kere te hapu, ko rongo marae roa, ko kura waka oku marae, ko te awa putahi te maunga, ko tāure kaitai te awa, ko te paerahi te moana, ko labe shasha toku papa, ko Maimon shasha toku mama, ko te Raina Ferris toku ingoa, kei Porangahau ahau e noho ana, e mahi ana hoki. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Oh, kia ora rā.
It's me, I'm Te Raina Ferris. I live in Porangahau and I work from home and I also travel all over New Zealand doing my mahi. Tēnā koutou.
Kia ora. So thank you for sharing your beautiful whakapapa or genealogy with us. And so as Māori, we really connect with our environment. So our awa, our river, our moana, our sea, our mountain, our whenua, our land. And so it's beautiful to be able to have that identity.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Kia ora. So RISE is all about women in leadership, and so it was just the right thing to do to bring you to be part of our RISE ambassadors, and we're looking forward to welcoming you in just over a week here in Tamaki to experience that kura waka and that karanga journey that you've been on. So. In thinking about women and people who've inspired you, Whaia, who has been someone that's really inspired you, or who have they been who've inspired you throughout your life?
No. Well, my mother, of course. My mother was beautiful. She loved life. She celebrated life. She swam every day of the year at the beach. She had 9 children, and I'm the baby. And my grandparents, and in this line of work, Dr. Rangimari Rose Pere. Ever since I first met her, I always thought, oh my gosh, I want to be like that. And other women like Tungia Kaiho, who worked alongside of me, Tata Rangikahu. I've always loved her, loved being in her presence. Some friends in Hawaii, the women in the grandmother movement that I work with, you know, as a child you've got those mentors, but as you get older, you still have mentors, if that's the word, or women that you admire and love their character and love how they present themselves and hold themselves and live in their body, and they're happy in their skin, you know, and they're at peace with everything. Yeah, I have a lot of beautiful friends like that, and that's what keeps you going.
Aye.
Yeah.
And
people like yourself and Teresa.
oh, thank you. Well, that's really kind.
Nice.
Really
Thank
kind.
you.
And so I see you a lot on the stage. You're part of Matatini. I see you on a cruise ship doing waiata and with your tāne. So how did that come about? So doing shows on the cruise ships.
Cruise ships, yes. Well, it came about because my cousin, who's doing it with his wife, couldn't do all the shows. So he just rang up one day and says, "Cuz, you want to go and do a cruise and get paid for cruising and do a bit of what you do normally?" And hell yeah. Thank you. And that's how it happened. Yeah. And, you know, Doc and I being... we've lived that life all our life, so sort of stepping into entertaining on a cruise ship was new. Had to get used to. I've never been on a cruise ship before, so you know that's quite something, being out in the middle of the ocean. Okay. But a lot of fun and quite a bit of work, I must add. But yeah, so we do that in our off season when we're not working flat out here.
Yes. Yes. And congratulations on your being part of Matatini this year. It was a beautiful celebration of Māori culture in Kapahaka. So congratulations to your rōpū for being there this year. How was it?
Oh, it was just fantastic, fantastic. And for us as Tamatea Ariki Nui Kapahaka, we've been at it about 40 years now at national level, and for me that was my last time on the stage. My son and my daughters and my grandsons and granddaughters are in the kapa now, so I'm happy to become the kuia of the group, you know. Just be there in another capacity. Beautiful. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. A lot of energy, but I love it. See, so for me, it's my fun time. Yeah.
And so, with your work that you do, if you can, I think first explain about your retreat, Kurawaka, and then the work that you do around karanga and why it's so important for women.
Kia ora, Rachel. This has been a dream, well, no, a mission. I was aware of my journey in life when I was a teenager. I had a visit from the other side. And, you know, we've been here 10 years. We created Kurawaka Retreat Centre. And even though we're running karanga wānanga, which are like workshops, but it's more about spiritual contact, spiritual development. It is a retreat because you come here and you sit in a space that you don't get to sit in other than a few seconds maybe. You get to sit in it for 3 days or 5 days or whatever length the program is, and you get a chance to look at yourself really and make those connections with the atua, our gods, and the environment, the gods of the environment that we have in our Māori view of the world. And, you know, I was told, build it and they'll come. Okay, so we built it, and a sequence of events happened along the way. And so long as I stayed focused on that mission that I got, and I did because I saw the importance of the work. Like yourself, this work has to happen today because you know, because we're losing that contact with wairua, spirituality, and with our cultural view of all of that, let alone our cultural practices on our marae. So even though the courses are around Māori kaupapa, the knowledge and the wisdom is relevant to everybody. Yeah,
I agree.
so I just use our Māori stories, you know, pūrākau, our values and our philosophies as the foundation.
And I hear you, and I tautoko and support your mission, because that connection back to who we are, the value that we bring to this world, and really going back to what we already know. So it's been with us forever.
Yeah. And you know, we have literature that proves that validates that we're born with all this knowledge, but it's just that life, that subconscious mindset where all of that self-worth is pinned down, that we have to peel off and help people realise their value.
Beautiful. Ātāhua. And that's what I love about the work that you do, is that it's already there. It's about reconnecting with that, and that is the piece that I really love about your mahi. And what I also love is that you refer back to wahine atua, and so can you explain more about that?
Okay, yes, I'd love to. Well, you know, Māori were colonised by a patriarchal power, so therefore all our female deity stories got either hidden or got made irrelevant. Okay, so for 175 years we haven't learned about the female atua. So my work is to bring their stories back out of the books and to retell them, reconnect them to the women, and then to look at the actual goddesses, call them goddesses, and look at their stories and see what is the relevance of that goddess to me, a Māori woman or a woman today in 2017. And so we do that with a few of the stories that we have, and we bring their memory back to life, but we also bring their energy to life inside of us. Okay, so, you know, we have the medicine to help heal ourselves. It's in us. So we have the female element of those atua, and we also have the male atua that most of us know a little bit about, not a lot. It's amazing how many people do not know this stuff.
Yes.
Very sad.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're rebirthing them in a way, or re-waking them up, or waking ourselves up, you know. And it's liberating. It's very liberating.
It really is. It really is. And I remember when I heard you say that we are wahine atua, it's written, that we are, and that word goddess. Listen up, everyone. You are, especially as wahine, you know, use that to empower yourself. So beautiful, mahi. Beautiful, mahi.
Lovely. Yeah. And our pūrākau tell us that, you know, the first human created in our world, according to our Māori stories, was a woman.
Yes.
Wasn't a man. You know, he me nui tera, that's a big thing. It's a woman. And she cohabits with the atua and has more women, you know. So we grew up not knowing that. We think we came from Adam's rib, you know. So it's a whole, it's a mindset change. Yeah. And the people are ready for it.
Aye.
Yeah.
And
I
think it's happening globally as well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. So I've been teaching these programs for 18 years, and you're right, the grandmother movement and all the women's movements around the world are rising. So, you know, the ancient wisdom is rising. It's rising up. It's rising up, and it has to rise up to bring balance back to the planet, because the male energy is out of control. We're witnessing that right now in America. And here. So the female energy has to come back up to bring that balance. Otherwise, we'll destroy Papatūānuku and ourselves. Yeah, so, you know, the work you're doing, the work I'm doing, the work lots of other ladies are doing is critical.
And I love that, because actually we can all do our part. We can all do our part, because different wahine need different pathways. So some of them may want to do your karanga program, others may want to do some other programs, but kei te pai, we're all heading in the same direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So I do all my work using karanga. So karanga is the sacred voice of the women, that voice that comes from the source of our wombs, and that voice is the voice that opens our Māori rituals. It's the women that open the ritual. You know, that's a big thing. So my study of it all was, why did our ancestors deem it proper that it's the women that open the ritual? What's underpinning that? And it's all about the sacredness of being wahine. Te tapu o te wahine. And it's all to do with the womb, of course, because we are the carriers of life and the nurturers of life. And the role of it was the role of the grandmother. Okay. The ruahine, she was the kaikaranga. Well, you know, our elderly today are not looked after. They get dementia or Alzheimer's, they're put in homes, they get forgotten about. So we got a lot of work to do. To put the mana back in the grandmothers.
Beautiful, beautiful. So with our tāne, our men, what do you feel is the role of our men in supporting and to tautoko our wahine to rise and shine? What is in your whakaaro?
In my whakaaro. Yeah, well, that's a big job. Okay, a lot of our men are trapped in a warp where they got the power a lot. And for us as Māori, our men's role on the marae and our women's role on the marae go hand in hand. And they're both in dire straits. So I think how the men can help us in that role is to do what we're doing here right now, is to go and learn about their role, learn our reo, our language, learn about our protocols, and walk side by side with the women folk, you know, to keep our Māori culture solid, firm and alive. But outside of that, our men, I think our men have become complacent, lazy, kuare we call it, ignorant. They have to, you know, pull their socks up and support the women. So support them by being loving husbands, by helping being providers, encouraging our wahine, looking after our tamariki, not being violent or abusive, all of that stuff that seems to be thriving everywhere.
And so outside your window, you've got a wānanga happening right now, which is for tāne. So share a little bit of that, e hoa.
Okay. So last year, my husband started doing the balance to what I've been doing. And so now we have men who are wanting to learn how to become a kai kōrero, which is the male side of the oratory on our marae.
Mm-hmm.
So they come here now, and it's a beginner's course, so we've opened our door to men who don't speak Māori but want to, who can see the demise of the work on their marae and want to do something about it. And a lot of our old people have passed away and taken the knowledge with them. So we provide opportunity for them to come here into a safe environment and learn from us and each other and help them remember. You know, these wisdoms are already in them. I just finished a session with the men and I played my crystal bowl.
Yeah.
And that freaked them all out. They wanted me to play it again, just to get them into a headspace so that they could just write from their spirit rather than from their brains. And it worked.
So you help them to get present.
Yeah, very much. And hold that space.
Yes. Yeah.
Rather than worrying about the academic stuff and just be here.
And trust
and feed.
And trust in the journey.
Trust in the journey. Yeah, absolutely. Trust in yourself. Yeah, so they come here for 3 days. We feed them. They sleep here. They swim here. They wash. They learn. And they help do the dishes.
Yes. Most important.
Yeah. I'm cooking, but I'm not doing the dishes.
I love it. So you really have got that balance, not only in your life with your beautiful tāne doc, within your mahi and your work as well. You're bringing both the work that you do complemented by the work that your husband has now taken on to make sure that the balance is there.
Yeah, we do. We do. And what's exciting now is that we're having other cultures come here as well. Like yesterday we had Americans.
Right.
We've got some Tibetans coming, some Mongolians. We've got Chinese coming. You know, because they want a spiritual experience. You know, and their lives are so wound up in existence, I suppose, you know, that they don't actually either take the time or make the time to have these things. So it's global. It's global. But people can come from anywhere and we can design a program, you know, that gives them a bit of space and time to enjoy what we have here in Poranga Home, which is a lot, and as well as that they're quiet in a spiritual space. Yeah. There's lots of things going on. And so as well as a hapu work, you know.
Yeah. And that's why I call it a retreat, because I know you teach and I know it's wānanga, so that learning environment, it is really, for a lot of people, they haven't had the opportunity to step out of their world and into what you are offering. So it is somewhere that you can just be, and that is, like, for me, a retreat.
A retreat, it is. Definitely is.
Wonderful. Cool. So what about New Zealanders? Are New Zealanders coming? And so our Kiwi population, do you get many Pākehā coming?
A few. To the workshops, a few. Well, we haven't really promoted the tourist leg because we're busy doing this other thing. But, you know, I mean, I'm getting tired doing what I do because it's full on. Yes. And hopefully we have a tourist package, for want of a word, where, you know, you can come and just have a village experience. We have a beautiful ocean 2 minutes away, and fishing and hunting, and you know, And living in a little village, we have people that do the hunting. We have someone that does the fishing. We do the Māori thing. So we work as a collective with others in the village. So we don't have to do everything. And we put down a hangi, we entertain, do a concert, whatever.
Yeah. And if non-Māori women from New Zealand wanted to come and do your karanga course, is it open to them as well?
Yes, I don't have a problem with that because I treat them as coming to find their voice. Okay, right. It's not about them finishing the course and saying, I'm a kai karanga. It's more about I've found my voice. And because the work is from the womb, okay, so that's a whole new journey in its own, getting to know your womb power. I believe that every woman needs to know this.
Yes.
So my doors are open to any ethnicity. I've had lots of other cultured women come through, and it's impacted them just as much, if not more. And they've wanted to go and find their own roots.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's not a problem.
So, Fire, how do people contact you and find you?
Well, I have a Kurawaka retreat Facebook page.
Right.
I have a Raina Ferris Facebook page. I have a kurawaka.org website.
Right.
Needs upgrading, but and I have my email that I work from daily is raina.ferris@outlook.com.
Wonderful.
Or by phone or email, yeah.
And what I'll do is I'll make sure to put your website and your details when I publish your interview. And so what would be your parting words to wahine? What would you like to say from your wairua to other women's wairua? What would you like to leave them with?
My wairua to your wairua. I've always believed that if your soul is happy, then you will be happy. So you need to find a way to nourish your soul.
Beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. In whatever way it
works. Yeah. That's right. Yes. So I also have a phrase, if it is to be, it's up to me. Because only you can do it.
I love that.
That's just
I love that. That's
I keep that out there. If it is to be, it's up to me. I am the goddess.
I am goddess. Beautiful. I love that. We have to end on that one. I am the goddess.
I am the goddess.
I am the goddess. So from my ngākau, from my heart to yours, I would love to just mihi to you for doing things from your wairua, I can see in everything that you do, that it's from your wairua, it's from your ngākau, and you truly do shine in everything that I see you doing. And so for me, when I see you, you are ageless. And that is what I want people also to understand from this kōrero, from this interview, is it is never too late. It is never too late to start something brand new if it aligns with your soul and your heart and your spirit. Because Raina Ferris is a walking, living example of that, and she lives her life to the fullest. And that is why I love you, Eho.
Tēnā koe, I love you too. I love what you're doing as well.
Thank you.
I'm looking forward to next week.
Aye, so we're going to have the privilege of having Whaia Te Raina here in Tāmaki. And so for our wahine in Auckland, we have a session on the 21st of March. We're going to be out at the Pacifica Arts Centre. And so we're going to open that morning session, which is going to be run by our whaia, up to a few more wahine to come and join, because I think it's going to be a really awesome session. So I'm going to post some details on Facebook, and we're going to open it up to a few more wahine to come and experience your inner voice and your karanga journey and story. So I'll make sure that we open it up to a few more wahine to join us.
Lovely, lovely. Yes, that'll be great. I have lots of students up in Auckland that would love to come, I'm sure.
Aye. So on that note, I'm going to leave you on your Sunday. I know you're very busy. So thank you for your time, and we will see you 21st of March. Ngā mihi nui kia koe te rangatira. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou.
Tēnā koe, Rachel. Kia ora, everybody.
Kia ora.